Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another amazing star-studded episode of Barnard Babble. Who's the stars? Me, Justin, and my lovely wife,
Erica.
That's her. She's talking right now. Listen to her, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody.
Episode,
Hi.
I don't know. I've lost the thread, y'all. Y'all tell me what number this is. I don't remember anymore.
I think it's 26 or 7.
Is it? Okay, last time we talked about our favorite movie. Yeah. I'm like, what we talk about?
We talked about our most anticipated movies.
Help me.
For 2023.
Yes.
And now we're going to talk about our most anticipated games.
Video games. Look, listen, y'all.
Of 2023.
Y'all may not know, you know, maybe you listen to a few episodes of our podcast here and there. You may think we only know about movies. No, we know about games too. Nah, son.
We be playing games like every day. I don't, but Justin does.
Oh my God, my heart almost imploded you saying that. Jesus. Anyway, yeah. I do love video games. I've known to play a game or two in my days. I'll play some games later today. In fact, maybe, who knows? We'll have timestamps in the YouTube version of this podcast if you want to jump around and listen to some of the games that, you know. Hey, if you're like me, you don't care about Final Fantasy VII, you can skip that one. So these are the games that I like the movies where I think there's going to be a lot of movies that we don't know about that are going to come out that we're going to love. Same thing with video games. There's going to be a bunch of announcements and press conferences and games we've never heard about and properties that we thought were long since dormant that will come out this year, hopefully. Games are like movies, they will get delayed. Well, actually, games are way more likely to get delayed than a movie.
Right.
Only time a movie will get delayed if there's, a worldwide pandemic.
Right.
Our last episode, we were kind of going back and forth with our own separate list of games that we were, movies that we were both looking forward to. This one is just like a pretty comprehensive list of every game.
There's literally like 3 games on this list that are for me. The
Okay.
other like 20 are your games, but that's fine. I'm here to sprinkle in little like commentary and my 2 cents on games that I know nothing about, like Alan Wake. So, I can definitely start. But I did want to let people know, if you like to watch people play video games, that we have a Twitch channel. You can watch us play games almost every night, 6:30 Central American Time at twitch.tv/Barnard Babble. We have a wonderful, beautiful community, great chatters. We have a lot of fun stuff we do on there, giveaways and whatnot. It's a good time. We've been doing it for 2 years now. And we love it. So if you want to check something out like that, there you go. First game.
You scared me.
First game on your list. Well, most anticipated for 2023.
Well, the first game on our list isn't, we're not like doing like this is the number one. It truly is a random list.
Yeah, no particular order.
Yeah, the first game we're talking about isn't like the least one we're looking forward to. It's not the most.
Honestly, I'm just glancing, and I would say the first 10 here are probably the solid. Most anticipated for us because they're the ones on the top of our head that we thought of quickly, and the rest are ones that we kind of had to be like, what was that called again?
Okay, I mean, I'll agree with most of that. There are a couple games here I'm looking at that are close to the bottom that no is definitely not true, like Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll start with the first one. Hogwarts Legacy.
Have no feelings.
Okay, you have no feelings.
No.
It's an open world Harry Potter game, which would have been really exciting maybe 10 years ago. So now it's not as exciting. Listen, I am looking forward to it. It's coming out soon. Also, y'all, look, don't come to us and be like, give me the exact date for every one of these single games. A lot of these games are just tentative 2023 releases.
Right.
There are some that have hard dates. I don't know. It's coming out soon, though. Between now and March,
They're saying this year, so that's what we're going with. They've been developing
these games coming out this year.
They've been developing this game for a very long time. I hate the way the characters look.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't like the character. I know you can design your own character, but they all just look deadpan, whatever. I don't know. Something about the design is not rubbing me the right way.
It's all coming out now. Okay.
And I'm a big Harry Potter fan. But once again, if this was 10 years ago, I would have been super hyped. Yeah. Like, my hype for Harry Potter is at its lowest it's ever been.
It's an all-time low.
So I just am kind of like, If it gets great reviews, I'd love for us to check it out and play it on Twitch or something. But if it comes out and it's like a Gotham whatever that just came out,
like Gotham Knights,
then hard pass. It's not worth the money.
Sure, I can see that. So the next game, Jedi Survivor, I would say maybe this is more your game, baby.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this.
Like
one.
I beat the first game. I'm excited about it. But I think that first game was definitely your game.
Yes,
and you don't have a lot of your games.
Not anymore. Not these days.
I'm sorry, baby. Look, there's so many.
Life has taken gaming away from me.
You let
not
life
to mention
take
you have all the consoles in the office, and you're always in here.
You can tell me to get out so you can play a video game or two.
No, I can't. Not only you guys, here we go, and because he's got the computer in here as well.
Go on.
And he wants to do a million things at once, like watch Hell's Kitchen while you're playing, I don't know, Horizon.
So far, I don't see the problem. Go on.
There's 3 screens, and they're all on. And there's always something going. And I just want to come in here and maybe play Mario Kart. But with you.
With me. See, that's the problem.
That's the key. Not by myself. Anyway, I'm very excited.
Hold on. If you were a true gamer, you wouldn't need nobody. You play that shit by yourself.
Well, I did, and I used to. And that's what I'm used to. You're always in here.
Go get your hot Cheetos. You come in here and get the Switch. You can take it in the living room. Go ahead.
I want to play the Switch. I don't want to play the Switch. I want to play the PS5.
Oh, baby, listen.
Or the Xbox. I don't want to play the Switch.
This is for our job. Our job at Twitch. Listen, I don't want to constantly have to take these consoles in the living room back and forth.
I remember
that's not good for the console babies.
Back in the day, you guys, we had a console in the living room, and it
Xbox,
was heaven for me.
Xbox,
I could wake up, go play multiple video games while you were sleeping, or you could go in the office and play whatever you wanted to play, and it was very nice. And I kept my gaming up.
Listen, honey, this is
not
about.
I can't do that.
This is not about our gaming therapy session. This is about Jedi Survivor, which we've not talked about enough.
Okay, I'm very excited because here we go. The Jedi movie, the game, Star Wars. What was it called?
Fallen Order.
Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. A lot of people had some bugs and stuff. I didn't have that.
We didn't really have those problems
when I played it, but I did play it on console or whatever. I just didn't have an issue. Cal Kestis.
I think we got lucky, maybe. Actually,
we got it when it came out, so I really don't know. We did.
I think maybe it was a little jank, but it was nowhere near as bad as other people had.
No.
It. Yeah.
Cal Kestis, love him. Absolutely love him.
Boy looking thick now.
Oh, he looks great now. He looks amazing. He put
beard.
on a little bit of weight. He got a little stubble. my baby droid BD. He's our buddy. He's so cute, and I just love him. And Cal's cute too, and I love him. And they're probably gonna bring him over. Into
hold on. I like how you're talking. Like, I'm excited for this game. Cal looks great, and BD looks so cute. Anyway, I can't wait for this game.
If you hang out here long enough, I am very superficial with all of my media. It's very superficial. Just cute, attractive things.
They look so cool.
I love it. Yes.
I'm like, yeah, the gameplay looks really fun.
I was gonna get there.
Okay, go on.
Anyway, Cal's cute, and he's probably gonna make a cameo in Mandalorian, maybe next season or the season after. We're in the time frame now.
Are we actually?
Yes.
I cannot keep up with that mess. I really can't.
I love Star Wars. So the game looks great. He has dual lightsabers. There's a new villain. Literally nobody knows who this villain is, so they're introducing new characters into the Star Wars lore. We love it, you guys. What's her name's in it? Did she shave her head?
Who?
Big Eyes.
Brenda Wilson?
Brenda Wilson is the star of today's podcast.
She's been in way too many games.
She is a gaming queen now. She's in every video game.
It's so funny, like her getting the voice acting, and I'm just like, good for her. Because
get your bag, Brenda.
Deborah Wilson.
Deborah.
I'm so sorry.
Get your bag,
and the reason
Deborah.
I'm so sorry, not because I just got her name wrong. Because I loved her when she was in Mad TV.
Me too. She was my favorite person
Deborah
on
Wilson.
Mad TV.
Anyway, she's had a
resurgence.
Resurgence. Thank you. I'm like, help me with the words. Resurgence. Her career being a voice actress and doing mocap and using her likeness for these games. So yeah, Deborah Wilson's in it. She's in every game, probably in this list.
It looks really fun. There's some new mechanics and things that Cal can do. We don't know the full story yet. I'm sure he's still looking for more Jedi and things that.
There's some Jedi with like one arm or something. I don't know. The fighting looks great. Looks like there might be some co-op, possibly. You think so?
I don't know. He's got a friend. There's a friend there.
Tell me something. I don't know.
And once again, BD. We love him. He's just...
Yeah, you love him.
He's
we
such
love
a helpful
him, yeah.
little droid, and I will do anything for him.
I'll kill for BD. I can't wait for like the turn at the end of the game where BD is the main villain. Kill for me,
He would never.
Kill
That's
me,
our
Cal.
buddy. That's our buddy. He would never. Anyway, yes, I am. I'm ready for that game. I'm ready.
You know what game I'm ready for, baby?
Yeah.
RE4 Remake.
I'm ready for that one, too.
Resident Evil 4 Remake.
This is on the top for me, honestly. This is like a big one for me. I am so excited for this game.
Resident Evil 4 was one of my favorite games of all time. It is one of my favorite games of all time. I played it on GameCube back in the day. I had the case where it said only on GameCube. What a lie that was. Only on GameCube.
It's been on everything.
Every console known to man.
Right.
They went back and put it on Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Like, it's on everything. But point is, I loved it. It was my real first survival horror game. My first horror game in general. I didn't really play them back then. I was too much of a coward, and I probably still am when it comes.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You
just gonna keep my mouth closed.
I play a lot of horror games. I do the best I can,
and you get very scared.
I get very scared. You leave me alone. Subnautica is a very scary game.
You're right. Well, you just brought up the scariest game ever, and you were right. To be scared. That is a scary game.
But the Resident Evil games, we've gone back here and there and played some of them. Well, some of the older ones, 2 Remake and 3 Remake. Still haven't got around to 1. Still haven't gotten to 1.
We tried.
One day, y'all. Please forgive us. But we've played all of the games, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the Village.
We're big Resident Evil fans. We actually have a YouTube video up that is just on Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, podcast.
So check it out. It's just a deep lore on the Resident Evil series and how wonderful and beautiful.
Yeah.
And its contribution to the gaming world. It's a really good video. Y'all go check it out.
And when they announced RE4 was coming out for a remake, I was nervous. I think a lot of people who know that game, the original RE4 game, were worried because
it's perfection.
Game is so good. It is, and it's gonna be hard to kind of recapture that. But just from the showcase, the different showcases they've had and they've shown off the game, it looks really, really good.
Looks good.
The tone is a little more serious. It looks like, but every bit of it looks like RE4.
Yeah.
I'm really wondering what the whole game is going to be like. How much of the game is going to be cut? Because like when RE2 and RE3 came out, we've never played the original PlayStation versions of those games. So we kind of go into it going like, this is cool. But I couldn't look at it from the perspective of like a OG fan and being like, oh, they changed this or they added this or this is the exact same.
Out.
Well, yeah. Like, oh yeah, or they took this out.
For 3, most of that game's
clock
not
tower
there.
or whatever. A bunch of 3, like 3 is like, ooh, they kind of messed up with 3 remake. But 4, I'm gonna know it. I beat that game like 5-6 times, if not more. I will know when this leaf over here, that leaf wasn't there before, baby. It's gonna be so annoying. Oh my god. They added this barrel here. Their barrel wasn't there in the corner.
I just want to say thank you for introducing me to Resident Evil.
No problem, I got you.
I appreciate that so much. We played it on our Twitch channel, and I got to play most of the game. The castle stuff you kind of took over.
Yeah,
but I got to play most of the game.
You played a good majority.
It was wonderful, scary, terrifying, and absolutely hilarious with them tank controls because I couldn't tell my left from my right. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, you call those tank controls?
Oh, well, what are they? You can't move, basically.
You can't move and shoot. Yeah.
You can't move and shoot. So that, yes, it was just very interesting. But something about that game, it just entraps you.
Both, all of the
magical.
Above. Yes,
I don't know, but it puts you under a spell, and it's wonderful. And we couldn't be more excited for RE4 Remake.
Yeah, that probably is one of the biggest ones on this whole list.
And I think that's coming May, right?
No, that's coming before May.
Oh,
that's
March?
That's like March, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
March or April. Once again, y'all, I don't know. This year. All right, our next big one.
I'm like, oh, God, another big one.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 2. I wonder when we're going to be accepting of saying Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm never gonna call it Tears of the Kingdom, even if there's a fire.
Oh my god. Step
If
Brothers?
you know, you know. Step Brothers. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not calling it that. It's Breath of the Wild 2.
I barely know.
They did not have to go out of their way to give it a name. They could have just called it Breath of the Wild 2.
I mean, I think, have they ever done that? Like, I think they called Zelda 2, but that game was kind of trash, right?
Is Zelda 2 just Zelda 2? I'm pretty sure it has a name.
No. Isn't Zelda 2 like a side-scrolling, like...
Yeah.
It's like, it looks like crap.
But it's called something, isn't it?
It's not just called Zelda 2?
I don't think so.
Anyway, educate
let
me
us know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me know. But
let us know.
I don't think they've ever done like a 2. I'm pretty sure. So, but having said that, Breath of the Wild was so beloved that people, and it was obvious they were going to kind of try to build off that.
Right.
That they were like, you're going to call it Breath of the Wild 2, right? No, Tears of the Kingdom.
It is Breath of the Wild, though. That's just the whatever, under the name thing, Tears of the Kingdom.
If you like Breath of the Wild, you probably will like this. You probably like Tears of the Kingdom. And if you didn't, then, God help you. But we don't know a lot about the game. That game comes out in May. We don't know a lot about it. It's kind of worrying. And
everyone's nervous.
That they haven't shown us.
People are nervous.
I want to just have full faith in Nintendo and in the developers of this game. I don't, though. I would like to see more.
Yeah.
Is there going to be co-op? Is there going to be voice acting? Is there going to be better voice acting?
God, please just get rid of the voice actor for Zelda. She's so bad.
Not good. Anyway, from what I know, it's the same world. So when games do that, it's like, oh no,
all the same assets.
What is that going to be? Because like, it needs to be. There needs to be enough new, and obviously there's stuff in the sky. That's a big part of it. Is the stuff in the sky. It can't just be the same ground level plus sky stuff. It can't just be that. It has to be a lot more going on. And I mean, it's probably, I'm sure they're like, we have to deliver on this, which I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed from May.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't be surprised. Give them all the time they need. We're still crazy anticipating it,
This is my number one anticipated game for the year. For me, it's Tears of the Kingdom, and then underneath it, RE4. Like, those are my top two that I'm just like, oh, I can't wait. Just let me live till then, Like, I mean, I cannot wait. My only thing for Tears of the Kingdom, of course, I have a couple things I would like, but my main thing, of course, is dungeons. I would love to have more traditional Zelda dungeons that are themed for areas and are different, diverse boss fights.
You want different looking bosses? Wow.
I would like diverse bosses.
Yeah.
And of course, if we could, come on, it's time to play a Zelda. It's time, Nintendo.
We'll see. Well, I would like them to have more shrines, have a bunch of new shrines, but also have those traditional dungeons. I want both. I want the best of both worlds.
I don't care about the shrines.
What?
Okay. I don't care.
You didn't like the shrines?
It hurt me. They wounded me. Because they're not dungeons. You can't just give me 1,000,000 5-minute puzzles and say, here's the game.
Do you even like Breath of the Wild?
I love it.
Because that's a big part of that game with the shrines.
Exploration. I love the exploration of the game. And I do love the world itself. And I'm a big Zelda fan. I love Zelda and I love
Link, Terrytown.
And I love Hyrule.
Yeah.
So, but that, it was too much.
You didn't like the shrines.
And a lot of the shrines were not that good.
What is happening?
So don't do that. Don't give me 100 things where 60% is mediocre.
60?
Maybe even 70.
What are you, 70%?
I'd say so. Let us know what you feel.
Get out.
Let us know how y'all feel about the shrines. If they hurt your feelings like they hurt mine, they hurt my feelings.
I mean, are you saying it because they didn't have traditional dungeons?
That's part of it.
Because they did have like the beast dungeons, and those were not the beasts. Those were not good, or they were fine, but they weren't the same as like a traditional dungeon. But don't take it out on the shrines. I would say I would do the opposite. I would say 70% of the shrines were good.
It's quantity. Wait, no, it's quality, not quantity. That's what I want.
And
but they gave us quantity and not quality. That's how I feel.
They almost gave us both quantity and quality. Almost. Point is, we are excited for it. Yeah. I just hope I hope it's more than just, look, y'all, some sky stuff and a few new abilities. Have fun.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see, y'all. Tears of the Kingdom, catch it.
And a real good final boss.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah. Okay, next game, Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League, I believe.
No feelings. I don't know.
Yeah, we watched a trailer earlier to refresh ourselves on the game, and I was kind of taken aback. I did not know there was that much shooting in the game.
Mm-hmm.
When I was looking at I believe it was the gameplay reveal maybe a couple of years ago at this point, and I was kind of shocked at how much of the game was shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, because Rocksteady, the developers, I believe they are the ones who made Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knights. They didn't make this last Gotham Knights, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So don't hold that against them. But so like this is their they're on their A game. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. I believe that's what's going on with this. But it looks beautiful, looks smooth and whatnot. But the actual gameplay itself, I was kind of okay. It's a bunch of shooting and there's some melee.
And I guess there'll be some finishing animations.
Finishing, oh god, yeah.
So those will probably be
moves.
really fun if they don't recycle them a lot.
No,
and change them up a little bit because
they're
even
good at
like
having, what's up?
Well, a lot of times those games after a while, and you see Harley Quinn do the same finisher on all. It gets old.
Listen.
After the first 3 hours,
that's definitely going to happen. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to the game. It's I would say this is the first game on this list. Once again, it's not in the order. We're not trying to put it in order, but this is the first game on this list where I'm kind of like, this is going to be a wait and see for reviews.
It might be really fun with a lot of people too.
It's probably going to be 4-player co-op.
We don't have a group that we play games with.
No, I'm weird, and I'm weird because I do love my multiplayer games, mostly competitive shooters. In terms of multiplayer, but I don't really like co-op experiences, which is weird because a lot of games these days they have co-op.
A lot of games now,
and I'm more of a single player game man myself. I like my indies, my rhythm games. I like a lot of different kind of games, but usually it's me solitary playing by myself. Games like Call of Duty or whatever, I'll play them with other people, obviously because you have to a lot of the times. But I don't need like my own squad. Like, all right, boys, let's go in and play. I don't need that. I've never really liked that.
I can see it being a lot of fun though.
Are you kidding me? Yeah,
I know, but that's what I'm just saying. I've never experienced it myself.
You haven't?
No.
Oh no, baby.
But I can see it. Yeah, the only thing I've come close to is Dead by Daylight.
Oh my gosh,
that was fun when we played it with friends.
That's really sad.
I know, it is kind of sad.
I don't think I knew that.
Well, this is why I always want to play Mario Party. I've never played it. And I do feel sad about that because every time you see people playing it, they're having so much fun.
Whew.
I've never played it.
You've never played... Wait, like even like party games, like at a party, like Smash Brothers or a fighting game, or like...
I've never done that.
I don't know that. Like at a party?
Correct.
What?
No, I've never.
You didn't go to enough nerd parties.
And also, I didn't really go to nerd parties. My parties, they weren't playing video games.
Oh.
They were doing other stuff. They weren't playing video games. More so watching movies. But anyway,
okay.
Suicide Squad. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, like it's the first one on there where I look, it's on the list because I bet you we're going to like it. It wouldn't be on the list if we were just like, this is kind of shock. But it's one where I probably have the most like, let's wait and see. It's very flashy, and they haven't shown us enough.
They haven't shown enough. Yeah, good point.
So it's more like shiny keys, for you gamers. Yeah. But where's the substance? Next is Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2. Some gaming shame off the bat. We have not played Alan Wake 1. Really, so I haven't played Alan Wake 1. Because like I think we've established I play more games than you. I have never played it. I have it. I believe I have it. Do I have it? Baby, tell me.
I don't know. I've heard mixed things.
You know what?
So I have about Alan Wake.
I have the original one on. I believe maybe it's on Game Pass, or I think it was given away free at one point. But there's the Alan Wake remastered that came out I believe last year. So I've been thinking about streaming it. We'll probably stream it before Alan Wake 2 comes out. I know it's a beloved game.
It's beloved, but every now and then you got somebody come in. Don't play Alan Wake.
Really?
Yeah, every now and then it's someone like, I don't know, like
what, like in our chat?
Yeah, in the chat.
You think so?
That's kind of like,
well,
I wouldn't play it.
How about
or
this?
You guys won't like it, or something like that.
I think I've had that feeling of, because I know what the gameplay is. You're this guy. I think you're trying to either find your wife or she's missing. There's some Twin Peaks of it all, and it's like flashlight, ghost monsters, shadows,
okay.
buzzword.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's never made me want to play it. Like the gameplay of it looks fine enough, but it's never pushed me over the edge to be, because I'm more of the gameplay. Like the story can be good, cool. It's story good, it is good. Okay, cool. How's that gameplay though? if the gameplay is really good, I can overlook a lot of things.
Yeah,
you know,
you can.
The story can be absolute dog water, but if the gameplay is good, then cool. And I bet you more. I'm sure a lot of people will probably say the story is better in Alan Wake than the gameplay. I just haven't seen it from that perspective. But Alan Wake 2, when it got announced, I was still hyped, even though I haven't played the first one. I was still hyped. I wanted to be like, oh man, I want to cheer like these other people, but I really can't cheer. I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna play the first one eventually.
Yeah.
And the trailer for the second one, I mean, it was short. It was like a teaser.
Yeah.
It seemed like hey, this is gonna be scary. They were like,
it seemed very horror.
They were leaning on the horror.
Yeah.
Same developers made Control, and they're nailing that third person shooter, weird aspect. I'm just imagining what they're gonna do with Alan Wake. I think Alan Wake is pretty weird. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do with a sequel, especially if they're trying to make a horror game. Oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure they said when they announced the game that this is I forget the name of the developer, forgive me, but they were saying this is our first horror game. Remember that? That's what they said.
Oh yeah.
This is our first horror game, and I was like,
okay.
What? Okay, so they are going for scary tone, which that frightens me because we established earlier that a bit of a wuss when it comes to horror games.
Yeah, but you love them.
But I love them. It's weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird?
It's super weird.
Anyway, y'all, Alan Wake 2. We're looking forward to it. I want to become a true fan before the game actually comes out.
Yes, fair.
All right, Spider-Man 2. That's on this list. Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man came out on the PS4, I believe, 2019? 18?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that, right? It's amazing. It was, it is like the benchmark for superhero games, I would say.
It's a great game.
Batman Arkham Asylum was like, yo, this is it. And Spider-Man, I think, is for a lot of people, a new generation of gamers will say Spider-Man is like, yeah, this is like the pinnacle of superhero games. And
then they gave us Miles Morales.
And Miles Morales was like maybe I would say, I don't say glorified DLC because that sounds bad.
That does.
That sounds really bad. But it was really good. A shorter paced game or shorter game. Still really solid though. The second game I believe is supposed to have co-op. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, it's you and Miles,
which is going to be pretty
and
crazy.
Venom's in it.
Oh, he is?
But I don't know if you can play as Venom or what.
That announcement trailer has been a while ago, so I can't remember all the details. But look, there's not much to say about it. If it's a Spider-Man game, there's going to be co-op. There's going to be, I'm sure, a bunch of new elements to it. Tag team.
I heard this one's going to be darker. The developer said this one it will be darker than the first two, which is fine. Spider-Man can get very dark. Yeah. Obviously, he's gone through a lot. That character, both characters. So
look at Miles Morales. That's pretty dark right there. Huh?
Oh my god! You really feel what was the saying? What was the guy who reviewed Miles Morales?
Oh my god!
You truly feel like the swagger of a black kid or something.
Something
what did he say?
Like
something stupid.
Y'all seen it? Y'all seen it, right? Oh, it's so
it
bad.
It really makes you feel like a swagger black kid. Spider-Man. I don't know what he said.
It was terrible. Anyway, y'all, Spider-Man. We don't need to go on about that. You know what it is. I'm excited for it. Next game is a game called Judas, which is from the maker of the. I don't know if it's. I'm sure
the creators.
I'm sure there's multiple people who created BioShock are also creating Judas. Ken Levine is like the main person that people know for BioShock. Is like if you know BioShock, you know Ken Levine. He made the first one. I believe after the first one, he was gone. That second game was. I don't think he was a part of that at all.
Okay.
That and Infinite. Sorry. No. He did create Infinite. Excuse me.
Well, that's the one that I've played. Have not played BioShock 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But have played Infinite. And I absolutely adored it.
I would say in recent years, or like over the years, that game, like, it's up and down in terms of what people, if they love it, if they're kind of indifferent towards it. It's honestly kind of weird. Having said all that, Judas looks amazing. Once again, refreshing ourselves on these games. I watched the trailer about 5 or 6 times today. I was like, "Wow, this does look good."
It looks so good. It looks fun.
The characters. I don't know the story, but it's like I'm sorry, fix what you broke. I'm just wondering, like, what is that?
Yeah.
Look, it's on this list for 2023. I would not be surprised if it's coming out in 2024. I fingers crossed for this year. It looks like a spiritual successor to BioShock.
Right.
It looks amazing.
And everything just looks upscale and beautiful and tight. And like the main character looks really cool.
Yes, she does.
With a little bit you can see her at the end of the trailer. And she sounds great. The voice acting sounds good. the visuals, the world. I'm ready. I don't know.
Well
I guess
realized.
they're in space. This one looks like it's
at
they're
one
in
point.
space.
At one point, there was some space, so I don't know. Like I feel like it's gonna be jumping around, but he is known for. Yeah. He's known. We've done,
you know, some other genres. I don't know what happens in the second one. I don't know where they are.
They're in Rapture still.
Okay, they're still there.
They're still in the water. Yeah, you're right. You know what, baby? I didn't even really think about that. Like, I didn't really think about what the setting, because that is kind of the point of those games where BioShock is underwater.
Right.
BioShock Infinite is in the sky.
Loved it.
Judas is going to be in space, maybe. Yeah.
I would play BioShock Infinite again. Just a little. I would definitely play.
Would you?
Something about the vibe of it. I just loved it.
Well, you have fun with
even though it's craziness, there's some bad things happening. But
sure.
They got me. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Isn't that the most beautiful white girl you've ever seen?
Oh my God, I was screaming. So anyway.
In the vein of, Judas, there's another game called Atomic Heart.
You skipped one, though.
I know. I'll go back, because Atomic Heart is a lot like BioShock in my mind.
Okay.
Atomic Heart. I don't know if this game is in, like, any kind of controversial waters right now. I think there's been reports of, like, crunch and, like, maybe bad business practices.
Oh, no.
Which, that sadly is a lot of game development right now.
Gaming, animation, a lot of creative
a lot of industries,
fields.
are just
CGI.
not good. It's not good.
Those people are getting worked to the literal bone.
Yeah, so I'm hoping when the game comes out, we don't hear, or even before, we don't hear about just horror stories of the developers making the game, because the game looks really good. It's one of those games where you see footage of it and you think it's fake. At least for me, like when you show me a gameplay trailer or something and I go, "Is that actual gameplay?"
Right.
That usually isn't a good sign. It's like, okay, is A gonna come out? B isn't gonna be a lie. If it does come out, it's not gonna look at anything like this. It's gonna be a downgrade. I don't know. People are getting hands on with the game now. It's pretty close to release. I believe it's in February. So I think it's real, y'all. It looks really good. It's like it's robot ladies, and like it looks like I believe it takes place either in Russia, some European country.
It's like a mix between BioShock and Fallout. Those are the vibes that
I can see that. I can easily see that. Yeah. You know what? That's pretty good. I want it to be. I think my expectations for this game are maybe too high.
Okay.
But they've done it, because every time they do like a little gaming showcase or a trailer, the trailers are put together so dang good.
Yeah.
The music in them,
the
flow of them. I'm like, yeah. So I don't know if it's gonna be like semi-open world or linear or what. I don't know what the overall. I don't know what the overall like what the overview of the game is.
It just and it looks like a lot of world building.
The world building,
which is why
really
you
good,
like
yes.
BioShock, why people like Fallout, and I feel like they're gonna do that hopefully well. Just from the little bit we've seen, there's something happened, you know, and that's the fun part of those kind of games of like, wow, what's going on in this world?
Yeah,
we have remnants and bits of pieces that are still around, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, there's another game. It's called Stalker. Like in terms of world building and just putting you in a place, like Stalker, Metro games, all those games combined into Atomic Heart, at least for me in my mind.
Okay.
It gives me that kind of vibe. Very excited for it.
Yay.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. I wanted to talk about Atomic Heart because Judas and those games are kind of living in my mind in the same kind of space. Dead Space remake comes out extremely soon, maybe in like a week and a half.
27th, I think, of January.
Something like that. It's coming out real soon. So, look, Dead Space is one of the best horror games of all time. This is supposed to be that, but even better, which if you can believe it.
I would like to take a moment to thank you for introducing me to Dead Space.
You're welcome. Once again, you're welcome.
Once again, a game that I would have never played in a million years if I did not know you, and if we didn't have a Twitch channel, and if you didn't think it'd be fun to exploit my fear on said Twitch channel. But I had so much fun with Dead Space 1 and 2.
Yeah, those are great games. They're amazing games. Dead Space 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games of all time. And I'm excited for the remake. I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I honestly, like the lead up to it, I haven't been like, yeah, let's go.
You're right. You haven't.
I haven't. It's more like when it comes out, I'm sure the reviews will be solid. Hey, if you like Dead Space, it's like that, but it looks better. I'll get it. But for some reason, I don't know why. I think this maybe because we played it like a year ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. So I just got to playing it, so it's fresh in my mind. And also, those games, for even being a little bit older, they still look really good. They still play really well.
Sure. When we were playing it, I just kept asking, when did this come out?
Exactly.
When did this come out?
Exactly. Like the game, it's not like a PS3 game that looks like crap, you know. And so it's like, oh, we gotta up-res this for a new generation. I'm glad they're doing it, because what this means is we're probably gonna get, if it does well, hopefully, and EA isn't up their own ass, we're gonna get newer ones. They may go the route of doing Dead Space 2 remake, which that's cool. Do that, but after that, you better not make a third one. Just make Dead Space 3. Three is definitely the black sheep of the franchise.
Yeah.
EA was making them do too many different things. It didn't work out. There was co-op, which co-op in and of itself isn't like a detriment, but the way they implemented it wasn't great. There was microtransaction BS. So I don't know. Dead Space 3, I don't think people will shed a tear if they skip that one and made like a new, maybe like like how a bunch of movies now are like, hey, remember how there were a bunch of Halloween movies? No, there wasn't. There was only one, and then this new one that comes out in 2022. They can do that where Dead Space 2 happens, but then the third one is like, hey, remember that Dead Space 3? That didn't happen. That wasn't real. I would actually be interested if they did something like that. That'd be interesting.
I'm really excited because Isaac is going to speak in this one. So
yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how much that's going to change. Like, he's going to be talking, because he talked in the second game. In the first game, he was a silent protagonist.
Same voice actor too.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. I didn't know that. But him talking. The 0G portions of the game are going to be like Dead Space 2, where you have like free control flying around. And I'm sure there's even more, changes that are going to be definitely in there. Level design, just quality of life changes. So I am excited to play it, but it probably is lower on my list. It could just be because, I've played the game before a lot, but also it's like so soon, Like I said, like,
in your mind.
No, I'm just saying it comes out so soon.
Oh, it comes out soon.
Yeah,
yes.
it comes out soon. I'm like, no, not in my mind in real life.
Gotcha.
Anyway, y'all, Death Space. Okay.
Next one up is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and this one's mine. Justin could care less about
super don't care. Yeah.
Final Fantasy series. Although you were hyped for 15 for some reason. Was it the boy band aspect of it all? Did you buy that game?
Oh hell no. I played it on Game Pass or something.
Okay, you played it on Game Pass. Okay, great. I remember you were really interested in
I was excited about it. I think I liked the aesthetics of it when they were showing trailers and I was like, this looks cool. But when the game came out, I didn't play it because it wasn't out available on like a streaming service or like a free way. But I eventually did play it, and I was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Well, it wasn't for a lot of people. But anyway, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a second part of the Final Fantasy remake that came out 2 years ago?
Yes.
2 or 3 years ago?
I don't think it was 3 years.
Okay, I think it was 2. So this is part 2 of that.
Yeah.
When they're leaving Midgar is when the first one ends, so now we're going into what happens after Midgar. And they haven't shown us too much. I mean, they kind of have.
They showed us a little bit. They actually showed us more than I thought they would have.
Yeah,
already.
And it looks like it looks good. It looks like how it's supposed to look.
Well,
the characters look great. If you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, I would imagine you'd be hyped for this.
Now, you didn't beat Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, right? Like, you started it, and you got a certain ways in.
Yeah. I mean, I played it on the Switch. I didn't play it when it originally came out.
Oh, no. Whatever. Yes. You played a re-release of it on Switch, and you got a certain ways in. Wherever the first part of Final Fantasy VII ends, that's what you got, right? Like, I know it's different, but like all the stuff that wasn't different. Oh, so,
I got far in the original game.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got past wherever they were in the Final Fantasy VII remake first part.
Correct.
Okay, which I know they changed a lot of stuff up. So.
They did. A lot of things changed, and people felt some sort of ways about it. But
do you think that like when you start playing part 2, what is it called, Rebirth? Once you get past the parts that are you still going to be in it? You think, or I mean, I'm sure you'll be in it by that point.
No, I'll be in it because I love Cloud.
Sure.
He's wonderful and cute. Surface level. Tifa's great. I love all these characters. The designs of these characters are chef's kiss, and the voice acting is really, really good as well. And I believe in this one you'll be able to play as Sephiroth, which I probably said that wrong, but yes. There's a portion where I think
said
you
it
should
right.
be able to play as him.
Trust yourself.
And that should be fun. So I'm excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
And it's probably the only game on this list that I will not play at all.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me think. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, it's the only game on this list. Wow.
This is the only one you
I
probably
don't know what's wrong with me, but I've never cared. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm the problem, y'all. Next game. Whew, okay. Talk about Suicide Squad. There was a game that was, I guess we care. We'll see when the reviews come. Forspoken. This is probably that, really, though. Forspoken is interesting. The demo came out, overwhelmed, I think, everybody with powers and movesets and just like, I guess a demo, so it's like you want to introduce people to what the game is going to be, but just throwing you into like the middle of a world. It's a third person open world. You have powers. It kind of reminds me of Infamous a little bit, if you know that game. It was not a great first impression. I think overall people had a negative opinion of the game more so after the demo, which is not a good sign.
Oh yeah.
Square Enix, talking about Final Fantasy. Square Enix is the I think the publisher or whatever. Oof. I think some of the people who made Final Fantasy 15 made Forspoken.
Yes, that's why I'm not excited.
So and like people are kind of dogging the main character. They think she's annoying.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like the dialogue, just the quippiness of it is not sitting well with people. And even in the demo, her and like she's wearing this magical cuff wristband on her, and they're talking to each other because the cuff can talk.
Okay.
And they're going back and forth, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. And like the world is kind of barren, or the stuff.
That's what I heard. It's a little barren.
Yeah. So honestly, you know what it feels like? It feels like a tech demo that became a real game. And maybe it should have stayed a tech demo.
It seems like it needs to cook for a year or two longer.
Oh boy,
something like that.
Well,
add more stuff.
I'm gonna say, like at that point, that's even more than 1 or 2 years, because like 1 or 2 years, 1 year could be maybe for like technical problems, but like I think when you say that, you want like way more stuff, right? Like you want it. I mean, granted, the game isn't out, but from what they've shown us, because it's coming out soon. I believe that's also a February-March release. I don't know, y'all. I'm scared. This one is on here because if it's good, it's one of those games where like no matter what, like if Erica wasn't here, whatever, Final Fantasy comes out, gets a 10. I don't care. I'm not gonna play it. You know when games are for you and when they're not for you. If Forspoken comes out and gets like an 8.5, I'll be like, okay, this game is good. Okay, it's good. It's my kind of game in general. The third person,
it's my kind of game. It should be. I love third person action games.
We know what I'm saying. Like, it can come out and get decent reviews, and I'll be willing to give it a chance. Versus a game I don't care about, like Final Fantasy, could get a 10, and I'm not going to purchase it. You know what I'm saying? So it's on the list because there's hope for it.
You don't have to be rude about Final Fantasy VII.
What you mean?
You don't have to keep mentioning that as the game that you don't care about.
Okay. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Don't care about that game. Is that better? Could not care less.
No.
Anyway, y'all, Forspoken, we'll see. It's a big we'll see.
Next one is Hades 2.
Okay, Hades 2 is on here because love Hades 1. I still haven't technically finished it because you can beat it multiple times. It's really cool. Was it isometric, rogue-like, cool characters? Talk about beautiful, cute characters.
Yeah.
That game has that.
Since I don't play this game or whatever, and I've sat through you playing the game, and it's just sparkly lights everywhere to me. But I do like when the guy he's not Hades, right?
No, he's not Hades. No, he's I forgot his name.
Achilles?
I can't. Is that it?
I don't know.
No. Atreus?
I like when he's talking to all the gods, whoever did the art design for these characters. Wow. I mean, give them all the raises. Everyone's so hot and beautiful. And the sound, the voice acting, it's just wow. And now they're giving us Hades 2 with a girl. I mean, people are probably going to lose their minds.
The developers are super talented. Forgive me, I'm blanking on the name right now. They've made Hades. They've made Bastion. They've done that one like weird basketball hack and slash game. they've done some things.
I feel like I should even know the name of these
The
developers.
I mean, I should know. I really should know. It's kind of sad. I'm kind of blanking on it. But when Hades 2 got announced at the Game Awards, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of was like, oh, what is this DLC?
It just looks like the same game with a different main character.
I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more to the game besides just, new characters, a few new gods. It's one of those where you want to give the developer the benefit of the doubt because of their pedigree.
Yeah,
their pedigree
super giant.
Super giant. I want to say super massive, but that's not super giant. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. Super giant. They're known for making quality games, and I'm sure Hades 2 will be that as well. It's one of those games that I will be surprised if it comes out in 2023. So maybe it shouldn't be on this list, but whatever. That's if it comes out this year, I'll be shocked. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
but either way, looking forward to it.
Oh God, this next one's a big one. Everybody's been looking forward to this one for a minute.
If you told me right now, would you ask me right now? Would you rather have Tears of the Kingdom or Silksong? I would say Silksong.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hollow Knight Silksong originally started off as DLC, became its own game. Essentially, Hollow Knight 2. If you know Hollow Knight, you should know this game. It is going to be the biggest quote unquote indie. I'm assuming it's still technically an indie game.
Yeah,
I believe there's only
Cherry. It's
Team
still
Cherry.
just
There's only a few developers,
handful of guys working on this.
So this is a true indie, and I have no problem saying this. It will probably be one of the biggest indie games of all time.
Yeah.
This game.
The hype around it.
The game is so high. Every time there's a press conference, a blog post.
A game award, anything that has to do with video
games.
Whether
it's Nintendo, Xbox, or PlayStation, everybody is waiting on the game to get released or announced for something. Like, is it going to be in a Nintendo, Nindy, like little thing? Is it going to be in a big, E3 like showcase? You don't know, because it's big enough to where it could be like, oh, and one more thing,
Yes.
And then like Silksong, gameplay, and and it's out. It's weird because people are like, is it going to be one of those where it's out right now? Because I feel like that's what it's going to be,
Yeah.
I hope it is because the game is big enough where you don't need like the marketing machine to ramp up and be like, oh, in 6 months, Silksong's coming out. It really feels like one day we're going to wake up and it's going to be like, hey, it's out tomorrow,
Yeah.
And it is going to be one of the highest grossing, best review games of the year of all time.
Probably.
That's the hype around the game. Because Hollow Knight was so good, and I believe when it came out, it was good and popular. But over time, the fandom and the love for Hollow Knight, the original, has grown to untold levels. And I love the game myself. It is so good.
I didn't play it. I was just a backseat gamer.
Erica was watching me play.
And I would hear him boot it up, and I would hear the start music, and I would come running. I'm like, "There's no way you're playing this game without me. I need to."
Are you playing Hollow Knight?
I'd have to run because I'm like, no. I need to see what's going to happen.
I know,
like the lore of these little bugs.
It's
so
cute.
Good.
It's hard. It's the platform. Hollow Knight was one of those games that was built for me, and I kind of slept on it for a while because it was out for a little bit.
You started it and then you pushed it aside.
Yes, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I started it and then I forgot how long I got into it. I think it kind of repelled me a little bit because there wasn't a map and I couldn't. There was like quality of life gameplay stuff that I believe kind of pushed a few people away. But once you get, it's one of those like it's like a Dark Souls. It's like a Elden Ring. Once you get over a hump, you're in it. You're in it. You're in it. You're in it for however many hours you want to put into it. So Silksong is going to be all that plus more. There's so much hype and build up around it. That's why Team Cherry is taking their time in the game. It's been announced. I will say this: they could be a little more transparent about like development or just like what's happening because they've been so silent. Good for them. Hey, because look, they've been criticized for that. No one's going to care when the game comes out and it's amazing. No one's going to care like, you didn't tell us enough about the game. Like, the upcoming, like, how come you didn't just say it's maybe 2023 release, which that's, it was at, I believe, Microsoft's conference for, like, their E3 like this past year in 2022. And Silksong was on, like a coming to Game Pass type list, right? And they kept saying every game on this list will be released in 2023. Mm-hmm. So now people are like, okay, it's essentially confirmed that no matter what, which that means nothing.
Yeah.
But all signs point to it coming out in 2023. So I cannot wait. It definitely is the one that I'm looking forward to the most, I would say.
On this list?
On this list.
This is your number one.
I'll go ahead and spoil it. I don't know. It's probably going to be Silksong, Tears of the Kingdom, then RE4 Remake.
Okay.
Those are probably the big three.
Gotcha.
We'll see by the time we get to the end of the list.
Yeah. The next one is Lies of P. I'm excited for this. It stars my boy Timothy Chalamet as a wooden boy.
What?
He's got a cricket on his hip talking to him.
Is he the voice actor for real?
No, he ain't the voice.
Oh, he just looks like
that character looks like Timothy Chalamet.
Liza P looks like it's essentially Bloodborne and Pinocchio smashed together. Yeah, that's all you gotta know. It looks really cool. I will say this: it's another game where is this real? I don't know why I'm thinking that.
I don't think that about that game. That game looks real to me
because I feel like it came out of nowhere with the quality level. I don't know if the developers made a game like this before, or I don't think. I think this is like it's one of those where they get a team and they put the best minds together and they pump out a really good game. It's coming out for Game Pass, so we ain't got to pay for it. Look, it looks really good. I don't want to be. I don't want to be too like in awe of it because parts of me nailing what those Souls games do is hard. Like you can look competent. You're like, sure, it can look competent, but when you get your hands on it, it's like, oh no, this don't feel right. Yeah, it can be hard to nail that. So I don't know. Lies of P looks amazing. I believe that's also coming out relatively soon, February, March. Too many games coming out these first 6 months. A lot of games. It's I think great. It's backup from
delays
and from previous years.
Situations.
Yeah. Lies of P looks amazing. If you like Bloodborne, if you like a Souls game, you're probably gonna like this.
If you like Pinocchio, if you like Timothy Chalamet,
if you like Pinocchio, you'll like this game. Whatever.
The next one is
a Justin game. Wukong Fallen Dynasty. Obviously, I know the name like the back of my hand. The developers, Team Ninja, they made Ninja Gaiden, one of the greatest character action games of all time. Ninja Gaiden for the original Xbox is what I'm talking about specifically. Love those games. And then not Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3, varying degrees of quality. But overall, I love those kind of games, right? Your Devil May Cry's, your Ninja Gaidens, your Bayonettas. If this is like that with like a Souls bent to it. So Team Ninja looked at a Souls game and said, we could do that. We've been doing games like this for forever. But we can give them meters and stamina and, block damage and whatever. It's pulling from some ancient lore. It looks good. And that also, once again, coming out way too soon. There's going to be a lot of games purchased within the next few months. I love the hack and slash of it all. So to me, it looks like a game where if you're kind of not super into Souls games, but you do like a Ninja Gaiden and a Devil May Cry, this is probably more for you than say Elden Ring, Yeah. Even though Elden Ring seems like it's for everybody, but it seems like it's probably striking a good balance for it. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I have no thoughts on it
at all. Thank you, baby.
The next game is Remnants 2.
Remnants 2, this is going to be real quick. Remnants 1 was Dark Souls but with guns.
Okay.
There's light melee. It's one of those games where I played and I kept telling myself I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play more of this. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna do it. Never did. Mostly because it's once again a game that's better with co-op. That kind of game was kind of the point for that kind of game. The Souls games do have co-op, but that's never the point. A lot of the times, a lot of people do play those games solo. Remnants was like, hey, you get up in here with some friends. Come on, let's do it. And you could play it by yourself. You could. And I don't know. When I got into it, it had been some time since the game had been out. And I kept chugging away at just doing a little grinding. It was like the developers, I believe it was the developers' first game. If not their first game, it was their first run at a game like this. And it was a bit of jank to it. When the second game came out, when the trailer for the second game came out, I believe also it was announced at the Game Awards. Whoa. I don't say I knew immediately, but I was like, why does it look like Remnants? What? And sure enough, in the trailer, Remnants 2. I'm like, oh, hey. Characters look really cool, the creatures are fighting. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's one of those that I want to get in on the ground floor this time.
Okay.
So yeah, Remnants 2.
All
Dark
right.
Souls with machine guns.
Okay.
All right, next game is a game. It's an indie little game called Replaced. Looks freaking beautiful.
Oh, this is the one with the crazy art style?
Crazy art style.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, this one is
It's a mood, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm here for that. Yeah.
I mean, as far as I know right now, it's a side scroller. There's dialogue in it. You know, I don't know if it's voice acted, but
Does it look cyberpunky or futuristic?
yes, all of the above.
Yeah, apocalyptic. I don't know, but
I don't know what the overall point of the game is. They've shown like little combat here and there. I believe it's one of those where they think it's gonna be this year. Hope it does not get pushed. I mean, it's an indie game, but the way it looks, I would not blame it for getting pushed. Once again, don't know a lot about it.
Other than it looks beautiful.
Other than
it just looks great, and the vibe of it looks great, and it's that, what do you call it? 2-bit, 4-bit,
16-bit,
16-bit,
32-bit.
It's that art style,
2-bit.
But it also looks like they've done something.
Oh yeah,
to where it's running a lot faster and quicker.
The frames,
it looks animated. Like the way that it looks is really enough right now at this point to just have excitement to see more.
Yeah,
like what is this?
Yes.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
The visuals are enough to put it on the list. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Replaced.
So, Replaced. I don't know why the name isn't sticking with me. As far as like, this is the game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna remember the name of this, but you know, I'm sure it's close. The more we see, the easier it'll be to remember the name.
Next one is another. I think the rest of these are for you, which is fine. Street Fighter 6.
I'm a big fighting game fan. I wish I was more of a fan than I am, because the only ones that I would ever say that I'm even close to being good at are Street Fighter and Tekken. I've played a bunch of them, from Soul Calibur to Dead or Alive to Guilty Gear to your favorite anime fighter, Melty Blood, like a bunch of games people haven't heard of, King of Fighters.
No, you're saying words, and I'm like, what?
Bloody War. I go back to Genesis playing Eternal Champions. I do love fighting games, Mortal Kombat, obviously. Here and there, because the newer one is not for me. But point is,
that song though.
Which one? Oh my god! For the movie, listen, like, calm down.
It's part of the games now.
I mean, you're not wrong. But Street Fighter 6 is coming out soon. It's coming out in summer, which kind of sucks. June or July. I'm like, damn. I want it now. Because the beta's been, the beta's out. They've been showing characters and trailers.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It looks so good, which is crazy.
And I don't play fighters, but it looks beautiful.
It's crazy how excited I am for it, because 5 was a disappointment for a lot of people. It came out and it kind of dropped the ball. Didn't have a lot of content. The characters weren't hidden. This is the exact opposite. 6 looks amazing in most ways. There's going to be a lot of single player content, which honestly, I don't usually care about single player content in fighting games.
Do you mean like
story mode, or just yeah?
Okay.
Well, I say single player content because it's like, that could be anything from just like arcade time trials. How fast can you beat like eight people? Little mini game type stuff. Street Fighter 6 has a lot of that. I usually just go for the multiplayer. I'll jump into a training mode, a tutorial of this and that, and then I'll jump to multiplayer, which is what a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that. Like, you need a game to sell, and I feel like Capcom realized that. They're like, we need to put a little more effort into everything.
Yeah,
like everything. And
you can create your own character.
The story mode it looks like you create your own fighter, and it's
just really cool.
I mean,
I would just make all mine look like a Cammy.
Baby, they look ridiculous.
Though. Like, just
I don't think you've seen
Cammy.
Oh my god, you just want straight ass, The characters, like, custom, they look really ridiculous, like body horror type stuff. I just saw
like you could do the most. Okay, that's fun though. But, that's fun.
Yes, it is. But Street Fighter 6, that's actually, that could be.
There's
like
a lot of
top.
Urban. Part of me even hates saying the word urban. I don't know why, but it's giving me like that vibe. Culture, the culture.
They're leaning
urban.
Into,
streets
they're
vibe.
It really makes you. Street Fighter 6 has a swagger of a black teen.
Makes you feel like the swagger of a black Spiderman.
Yeah, baby, it really does. Third Strike, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, kind of had that aesthetic, and it feels like a spiritual successor to Street Fighter 3 almost in a lot of ways. Street Fighter 6 is probably my top 5 honestly.
All right, and the next one.
Okay. In talking about games that don't look like they'll be released anytime soon or they're real, Black Myth Wukong.
And this one I know, and
you know
I am
this one.
excited for this.
Yeah, you do know this one. It looks ridiculous.
You're a monkey man.
You're a monkey man. You're the monkey god, or sun god, or something. Anyway,
I love him.
it looks so good. It's a character action game. You're smacking dragons and ancient beasts, and every time they show footage of the game, because they've been showing footage for maybe like 2 or 3 years now, I just hope it's real. I'm like, I honestly, like, more so than Atomic Heart, more so than, like, I don't know, Replaced or any other game we talked about. Like, hey, is this going to be like a real game? I hope it is what it seems to be.
Yeah.
And when it comes out, it's not like a shallow, linear, action game that we beat in 10 hours and then we kind of say, meh, that was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's been shown so many times because it's a graphical marvel and it's so smooth and so, man, the hype for it is definitely real.
It's essentially like what it looks like to me is Journey to the West, which is what Dragon Ball is kind of based on a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
But it's an old Chinese 16th century novel, Journey to the West. You might have heard it or know about it, know what I'm talking about, where there is like a monkey character and like a pig character. And I think a lot of modern day stories and stuff are based
have bounced
on,
off of
take elements from that Journey to the West.
So they're pulling for some good lore, I guess, but like, please let what the game is overall, because man, I feel like they're gonna nail parts of it, and maybe it's gonna be like I said, 10 hours. That's probably being generous. It's like this is gonna be really cool 5 hours. Thank you for your $70. I don't know,
It looks worth it though, even if it was $5, just because they put so much work into it.
Sure, support your developers.
I don't
y'all.
know. Anyway, we're excited for that one.
We are. Hopefully it comes out this year.
And this one you showed me today. I had no idea about this until recently.
It's called Skate Story. I rewatched the trailer with Erica, and it's like you're a demon and you're going through the underworld skating. Weird. I know just saying that may sound like what. Look at this is one of those. I think the only time we said this today. Look up the trailer for Skate Story.
Truly, go look,
because it's kind of hard to explain. It's like Skate, the video game Skate came out. EA released about 3 or 4 of them at this point. I believe a new one's supposed to be coming out, if not this year, next year. Anyway, it's like Skate mixed with, I don't know what it's mixed with.
I don't know. You're a man made out of glass. I mean, I guess they say you're a demon.
You're a demon, whatever.
But it's a man-shaped person with a cape, and you're made out of glass. And
the cape with like a long scarf.
I don't know. Look like a cape.
Okay.
Either way, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. When you fail a trick, you shatter.
You fall. You shatter.
Now, if the music that they played is the music that's in the game,
I can almost guarantee you it is. Yeah.
Then this is a major vibe.
It's one of those where I got chills. Like by the end of the trailer, I had chills.
Yeah.
I will say, look up trailers for gameplay for most of these games. You like games you probably already have, but Skate Story is one of those where it's like probably lesser known than a Resident Evil, than a Breath of the Wild 2.
And if you're into skateboarding games, this is definitely one to be looking out for.
Yeah.
Just in general, because that's essentially what it is. It's a skateboarding game.
Oh, and this last game, y'all, last game on the list, is definitely a Justin game. It's called Gestalt, Theme, and Cinder.
What?
What?
Huh?
This game has been announced for a long time, multiple years, and it's one of those indie games. It's like a 32-bit Sega Genesis looking, little shooter hack and slash, 2D scroller, and I cannot believe it's not out yet. I'm hoping they're just putting so much love and care to what this game is that by the time it comes out, it's gonna be like a little sleeper hit. It's not gonna be a Hollow Knight Silksong, whatever. It's not gonna move that many copies or be that beloved. But for what it is, it looks like a cool little indie game.
Yeah, it looks like an RPG because you're stopping and talking to people.
Oh, well, a lot of games do that now where there's RPG-like elements where you this character dialogue where you just stop and talk to people and, they pop up in this, character, nicely drawn art. But no, I believe the game is probably going to be, pretty linear and you're just going through combat and doing your thing. Okay. It's a Justin-type game. If you like, a Mega Man, old school, Ninja Gaiden game, Strider, Vector, all this kind of like old school Sega Genesis, know,
Okay.
2D games.
Shovel Knight?
Shovel Knight, baby, yeah. Shovel
Okay.
Knight. Some of the newer games like The Messenger, all those type games. That is what the vibe I get from Gestalt.
Okay.
I just hope it finally comes out this year, y'all.
Gestalt.
Yeah.
All right.
And y'all, that'll do it for our list. I know that's a long one. There's going to be a lot more games that we're going to love this year. These are the ones that are kind of just known to us right now.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to almost all of them. Really, the only one that's on this list is kind of like is Forspoken. Sorry, Forspoken.
And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for you.
For me.
For you, yeah.
For me, yeah.
And there's a lot on this list for me that I'm like, because they're just not my kind of games.
How dare you? You're going to love Street Fighter.
But I'm happy for you, and I'm sure I'll watch you play most of these. But most importantly, what games are you guys anticipating this year? Let us know down in the comments. Let us know if we missed something that we probably definitely should have mentioned. Maybe. I think by now you probably know what we're into.
Yeah.
Any suggestions of any indie darlings or something we've missed that's hiding under a crevice somewhere, let us know in the comments, because we love to look up games and see what's out there, and it's very possible we have missed something that we would really enjoy.
You may have noticed a lack of RPGs, like traditional RPGs in this list.
Card games. Lack of those.
Yeah, hey, do you like Xenoblade? Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. Whatever.
I don't know, like, you like Persona? Have fun with that.
Yeah.
And hey, and I played my Persona 3 and Persona 4 back in the day. But yeah, like Erica said, just from this list, you can probably get a feel for the kind of games we like. Hey, if there's a rhythm game coming out that y'all know about, let me know. I love rhythm games.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
But they're not like, I can't go to Steam and type in 2023 rhythm games that are going to be big and have a crazy long list of amazing games. It's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Anyway, y'all, thank you for listening, or watching on YouTube, whatever. We appreciate you. Let us know once again what games y'all looking forward to. Yeah, and we will see y'all next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Barnard Babble. That's BARNARD BABBLE.